Okay,
I'm
guys,
not there yet.
Stifler, ask everyone to rate their own looks on a scale of 1 to 10. You can't pick 7, starting with you. Go ahead.
I knew this question.
Okay, so last time I was on, I said 6 or 6.5, and apparently I'm incorrect to your audience. So I'll go down to a 5.
Was I too mean before? Do you think I was too mean?
You did laugh.
You weren't here in person, so I think it was depersonalized. I don't blame you. I'm not mad at
I
you.
still agree with my former position, even though I'm here in person.
Okay.
There is no possible way you can give yourself that assert.
A 5?
No way.
I mean, I see myself in the dating pool. I am partnered, so clearly.
All right.
Before we get into it, why don't we have everybody go?
8.5.
Okay, there you go. 8.5. There you go. Now you got to do it. You got to answer the question.
Is she past her mute time?
Oh no, the mute's over.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, mute's over.
that's
Damn, I was enjoying the shit out of that.
So were we.
Yeah. How you guys? It was great. 5.
Okay.
A 6.
Okay.
A 10.
Oh, wait. Was it on this? Was it on this angle when she said? Oh, okay. 10? Okay.
Yes.
7.5.
6.
Andrew, what do you give yourself?
I don't know, fucking 3 or 2. So over here, though, I got to ask you to the 10, right?
Yeah.
I just want to be sure. Do you think you're the prettiest girl at the table?
Obviously not, no.
That's weird.
I think I'm pretty to myself.
Yeah,
I
but
think I'm pretty to myself.
what was the question, though?
Rate our own looks on a scale of 1 to 10. Can't pick 7. I chose 10. Our own. Oh,
But I don't understand. You consider yourself
I
to be a
consider-
10 by your own scale, but you consider that there's other women at the table who are more attractive than you who lower their own rates for themselves.
that's what they think of themselves. But this is what I think of myself. I personally think I'm a 10. I'm not saying I'm the 10 out of everyone, but to me,
Somebody
I'm
spin
a
the
10.
helicopter on
Don't.
her hat.
All right.
Well, let me ask you.
I get it.
Well, hang on. Let me ask you this.
I
It's
feel
actually
like
an important
we're
question.
Not answering
And there's a
for
reason.
what we think. We're answering for like what you would think general population.
Well, here's the thing that's interesting, right?
Our own.
Like objective.
Everything moves into the perception. The question being asked itself is just a determined delusion. Very simple, right? So we could assume that if I asked every man that I walked across, rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 by looks, how would you rate yourself? I think that the majority of men I came across would rate themselves somewhere between a 4 and a 6, even if they were very good looking. For instance, there's a man right now who's watching this podcast, guarantee it. His name is Jake. He's better looking than, from the female standard, all of you, and from the male standard, all of us, right? He would never rate himself a fucking 10 in a million years. The question becomes, why do you? Is it because A, you misheard the question, because I don't think you did because you repeated it, or B, is it because you have a false sense of security when it comes to your own looks?
I don't have a false sense of security. I think I'm attractive to myself.
Yeah, sure. So if there was 100 men and they were all in an audience and you went up in front of the audience and they had to rate you, right behind them, all of the women on this panel came behind you. And then they gave their ratings after. Where would they place you?
I don't know.
What do you think, though?
I'm not sure.
Of course you're not sure.
lit-
That's why I'm just asking you for, like, what your subjective opinion would be.
I don't know. It's
You don't
other
know your
people.
own subjective opinion?
Out of a group? No.
Okay.
If it's other people rating me, I don't know what they would think.
Well, let me ask a different question for all the women who are here. I'm asking for honesty. I'm not sure I'll get it, but I am asking for it. When all of you sat down and you made an assessment of your surroundings, as human beings tend to do, did you at any point scale things on the sense of, like, her hair is nice, her body's nice, her skin is nice, I wish I had eyebrows like hers, I wish I had eyelashes like hers? Did any of you make those assessments?
Sure.
Yeah.
Can you raise your hand if you did?
Yeah.
Why?
I think it's just like naturally when you're like meeting new people and that's like the first thing that you know about them, you just kind of go off of their looks.
Fair? Why?
I don't know. I think that's because that's what people, like she said, that's what your first impression of a person is what you see. And we are just, by nature, we do comparisons like that.
Why?
Yeah, just natural. It's instinct.
Same?
Same.
I like looking at people.
I think I'm not very happy with my own body image.
So you compare yourself to others.
Yeah.
Fair.
Just acknowledging other people.
Just acknowledging. Okay.
We forgot to rate ourselves, by the way. Click on yours.
Ooh, no, he did.
Your rating?
What?
We forgot to rate ourselves, if I recall.
I rated myself.
Oh, did I forget?
You
I give
forgot.
myself a 5. Okay, sorry. My bad.
So, well, I didn't forget, Brian. But anyway, back to this. So the very idea to me then becomes all of you made assessments in comparison to the other women who were there. And if you're making those comparisons, did any of you, let me just ask this by hand raise, sit at the table and think that there was other women at the table who were more attractive than you? By hand raise, go ahead and raise your hand if that's the case. That makes sense to me as well. So when we get to the rating system, what do you think we're asking here? Like, what do you think we're asking here? Clearly, there's a diametric difference and distinction between the looks of some of the women on this panel versus others. It's not even an insult. There's massive differences in looks between the men who are here right now. Obviously, I'm very much better looking than Brian. But the point...
He rated him high.
Yeah, exactly. But the point is, right, is that obviously there's distinctions here. On that assessment, understanding that that is the case, understanding that you even grant that you were making those judgments, would any of your self-ratings change by a show of hands?
No.
Not a single one.
Nope.
No.
Okay.
I said what I said.
Okay, well, I got some stuff I want to say.
Do you guys
Can you
ever rate
carry the
women
show, Andrew?
on
Don't
the-
carry the show, Andrew. What the fuck, Brian?
know if
A
that-
lot of mixed messages, Brian.
Maybe not.
I can't keep up with you, Andrew. You've been getting me sloshed off of vodka, all this. You drink heavily. I rarely drink.
What do you mean I drink heavily? I barely drink.
Okay, you drink mostly heavily. Most of the time.
Rude. I'm having a smoke.
Every other
I can't take this
What
shit,
the-
Brian.
What the? You just said you were hotter than me.
What's that?
What's that?
Hey, I was.
Did you hear how he said that?
wait.
He said that like.
Wait a second.
I like said like I'm his son.
Wait a second.
And I said I cursed. I actually no. When he said that, I felt fear.
You
He
should
was like,
have.
what the fuck did you just say?
So,
You fucking
so
piece of shit.
okay,
It was
hang on.
like
In
this,
my
dude.
defense, from the charismatic perspective, it was a way. Hang on. It was a way to provide like a sense of comedic relief. It's not because I actually think that I'm better looking than Brian, even if I am.
Oh no, it was a joke.
Even
I'm
if
not
I
upset.
am.
I'm not upset by it.
You seem pretty upset by it.
I'm not. What the fuck? I'm not upset.
Nobody's convinced, Brian. Is anybody convinced Brian's not upset?
I'm
by
not
a
upset.
show of hands.
I think you're upset.
I have captured the entire.
you're- I think
I've
you're-
captured the entire panel. Brian. I've captured
You're
them,
going to
Brian.
turn them against me. You're going to turn them against me. Well, I'll ask a couple questions. To you, the sole 10 at the table. Can you tell us a guy, like maybe a celebrity, famous person that you think is a 10?
I think is a 10.
Yeah, like a guy who you think is a 10.
Ooh.
No celebrity crushes.
Okay.
One eternity
Maybe Messi, the soccer player. Cute.
Okay, all right. My whole plan is failed.
Right. Thank you.
Squandered.
In terms of looks, you're talking about.
He's cute.
I mean, he's rich and one of the best soccer players ever in status and successful and all that. It's like an average-looking guy, though. I mean, he's an average-looking guy.
I'll need a 10 out.
When you say 10, like, come on, really? Like, don't, look. 10? Is he a 10 because of all the other shit surrounding him? The fact that he's one of the best soccer players ever?
No, he's just cute. He's cute.
Wait, is cute a 10? Can you be a 10 and cute? I feel like
Yeah.
10 is like like jaw-dropping, you literally, they walk past you and you just are in awe. Your head snaps and you turn. Head turn.
You want
head
me to give
turning.
a different celebrity then?
Sure, give me a different celebrity. He's also kind of short.
I don't care about
He's probably
men.
shorter than you, maybe. I don't know.
I
Okay.
don't think he is.
He's a great guy, though. What? Give me a different celebrity.
Can it be a girl celebrity?
No, it
Never
has to be a
mind,
man. It has
okay.
to be a man.
Michael B. Jordan, I guess then.
Okay.
Real fine.
Michael Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan.
Huge difference.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
He was in
Have you
Sinners.
slid into his DMs?
Now why would I do that? No, I'm pretty sure he's married.
I mean,
Why would I slide into his DMs?
I didn't know he was married.
Is he?
So you're a 10, he's a 10. You think that's a good, if he was single, would that be a good match?
No.
So he would be settling for you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But you're both 10s.
Bro. Okay.
Bro. Tell me, bro.
Tell him.
What's up, dog?
Okay. The thing is.
What's up, dog? Tell me, dude.
Thing is, one, he's significantly older than me, so I think that'd be a deal breaker. Two,
For you or for him?
For him, and possibly for me too. I mean, I don't mind, but probably for him.
Okay.
Two, he is rich and famous. I don't think he wants to settle for a hostess in a little town barely anybody knows about.
Yeah, but guys don't really care about a woman's status.
It just wouldn't be a good match. I don't
There's
want to
probably
be
other
with someone
things, but-
famous.
all right, that's fair
That'd be
enough.
inconvenient.
All right, name taken says, so wait, Oblivion is the reason we haven't had any TikTok invasions recently. Andrew, fair?
No, I've given you guys actually more TikTok invasions recently than you've ever gotten, even with Oblivion. But that's because I needed to afford the
You
DLCs.
should stream it.
I needed to afford the DLCs. Hey, that's for me, Brian.
Oh, that's fair.
That's for me. By the way,
That's fair.
all of you got to get your super chats in because I'm only going to be here another half hour. I always have a hard out at 2 o'clock my time, which it almost is. And I got a debate tomorrow. So just throwing
Does
that
that mean
out.
we're all out?
Nope.
Andrew's time?
No, no.
Nope. But unless you guys can convince Andrew to stay a bit longer, well, so then I'll try to get through the important stuff.
All right,
Let's get
do
through
that.
it.
Okay, so going to you really quick, can you give us a guy who you think is on your level, who's maybe like famous or celebrity, just looks wise? Because you said 7.5, right?
No.
I can't think of any because I think they would look better if they are famous, like if they are movie stars.
I'm
Well,
famous.
I mean,
Brian's famous. You're pretty
You
famous,
are more
Brian.
good looking,
What's that?
but you said you were more good.
I'm more good looking. I mean, she is right, Brian.
She fired.
But he's way more famous.
I don't know. Andrew's pretty famous.
You're pretty famous.
Andrew's pretty famous. Andrew's a famous guy. Would you date Xi Jin? What's his name? The president of China.
You
Xi
don't know
Jinping.
Would you?
Yeah.
Would you date him?
You don't know
No.
Xi Jinping's?
Bro, I don't know how to pronounce. I'm sorry.
All this political. Oh, man,
Xi
Brian.
Jinping. I know the fucking spelling, but I don't know how to pronounce it properly. Would you date him?
No,
No.
The most powerful man in
no,
China?
no, 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 no,
No?
No.
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 He's kind of fat.
Yeah, but he's fucking...
He is kind of fat, right? He's
he-
kind of fat.
is he married?
Oh, you're not gonna. Is the CCP gonna do away with you when you get home? Is the
no,
CCP coming?
First of all, he's married. Also, he's old, so
Okay,
Can
fair
you
enough.
say? Can
fair
you
enough.
say? Can you say? I'm not a CCP spy,
no.
and Xing is fat.
Andrew.
I'm not gonna.
You're not gonna say it. Yes. Well, she does have to go home. Just saying.
All right, let's see here. We have... going around the table, just to finish off on the looks rating thing, do you think you'll be better looking in 10 years' time? Better looking 10 years' time.
No.
Okay. You're 37, better looking in 10 years' time?
Yep.
20 years' time?
Yeah.
30 years' time?
Nah.
Okay, so better looking at...
At 10 years.
Yep.
You're 37,
That's right.
so you're better looking at 57?
Uh-huh.
Okay. What about... and clarification, you're 29, were you better looking at 19? Or better looking now?
Honestly, I'd say pretty even.
Can you just tilt your mic down a little bit? Okay, pretty even. What about you? 37 better looking at 27?
No, I was around 400 pounds back then.
And then 18 versus 37.
Even bigger
Even bigger.
back then.
Damn, okay.
right.
You're 37, better looking in 10 years' time at 47?
Can we back up just...
What?
All right.
Go ahead.
No.
And then were you better looking at 27 versus now at 37?
Now.
Better looking now, okay. And then 18 versus 37.
Better looking now.
Better now. Okay, you're 38, better looking in 10 years' time?
No.
Okay, and then going back 10 years, 28 versus 38?
No, I was probably prime at like 35 a few years ago. Yeah.
So 3 years ago. And then 18 versus 38?
I don't know. That's almost a different person. We look like two different people, 18 and me now.
So which one's better looking, I guess?
I think that's going to be a little bit subjective. At 18,
Sure,
I looked
I
very
agree.
young, like a little girl still, a middle schooler. So it
Okay,
just
but you were an
depends.
adult. But
I mean, 18, sure, but yeah.
yeah, well, were you better looking at 18 or 38?
I don't know. I don't think I can answer that.
All right, that's fine. 18, will you be better looking in 10 years' time?
Yes,
20 years' time?
possibly. But I'll say yes.
30 years' time at 48?
No.
Okay. You're 29, better looking in 10 years' time at 39?
No.
And then you're 29, were you better looking at 19 or better looking now at 29?
I think at 19.
Wow, that might be the first ever honest answer ever on this. Here's what we've done.
She's pretty rational. She's been asking very rational, very based questions
Linguistics.
the entire night. She's been like, can you justify the shit that you're saying? And I'm like,
Damn.
actually, I would prefer to do that.
It checks out. So here's what we've done. We've put every single one of you into an AI filter. We've aged.
But before you show that, can
Nice.
I ask a couple of questions? Actually, I'm going to start with you guys because I'm always wondering about this. So you said if you were to retract time, you're more attractive now than you used to be. So if I go back 10 years, you're more attractive now.
Yeah.
Now let's say that you had the same access to the resources you do right now.
Oh.
Hang on. And you had the same thought process on giving yourself augmentations, whether they're breast implants or lipo or whatever they are, right? I don't know what they are and I don't care. But I'm just saying whatever they are, you had the same mindset for that and for exercise, diet, this. Would you be as attractive now as you were then?
Yeah, it was sobriety. Back then I wasn't sober
So
and I
that's
looked
gone.
terrible.
That's
gone.
gone.
So if I have sobriety back then and I had that, oh my God, yeah, that's
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just made poor choices when you're younger.
Yes.
But if it was equalized, you still think you would be attractive when you were younger.
that I might be more attractive 10 years
Sure.
ago if I was sober
Yep.
then. I might still look the same. I don't know. But yeah, it was definitely a lot of it had to do with drinking a ton.
Okay.
And looking terrible.
Same over here.
I think at 18, if I was more, because I mean, I wear makeup and stuff.
Sure.
Again, very young. I think if I had all the same access, I mean, I guess my assumption was we don't have we're in 10 years from now, we're not talking about if I
Yeah,
could
no,
get
I
fillers.
understand, I understand.
Okay. I just want to make sure I'm getting this correctly. At 18, sure. If I wasn't still very young-minded, I had my mind now, I was maybe taking care of myself, sure. Then at 18, I probably would be more attractive than I was at 35.
Here's why I bring this up. I ask this question often. I'll ask it real quick to this panel before he pulls up the AI images, right? And we'll just do it by a show of hands. If I were to ask you who's the fairer sex, men or women, let's start with men by hand raise. Let's do women by hand raise. Are they the fairer sex?
Fair meaning.
Yes.
Better looking. Are men or women the better looking sex? Is it men by a hand raise? Is it women by a hand raise? Okay, so basically everybody says women. Now let me ask it this way. If it is the case that women no longer have access to makeup or any sort of augmentation, meaning breast implants, meaning lip fillers, meaning any period, if I ask the same question, who is the fairer sex, men or women, raise your hand if your answer changes. You.
I think it might, yeah. Because I think that there's a lot of men who are naturally pretty attractive and they don't have to do a lot of changing to their appearance. But there's some women who are attractive just solely on their extra stuff.
My challenge would be this. men have not changed much since 1800 if you go back and look at pictures, right? There's still no makeup for us, and there's still basically just beards. We get beards. We don't get much else, right? We get beards, and that's about it.
The ones who are lucky.
Yeah, the same. Yeah, exactly. Same thing in the 1800s, right?
Yeah.
But if you go back and look at the women of that time versus the women of now, whew, I think you would be way more hard-pressed when you're talking about who is the fairer sex when we get rid of all the augmentation and makeup. That's all I'm saying.
I thought men did wear makeup.
They did.
I mean,
Well, no. No, they didn't.
But
The
some
white
do.
face, like
The
with
over-
English times.
Yeah, but
And
so
then
did
the-
but
and then
even
they
in
went to
those
Parliament.
times, women still wore makeup, and men
Dudes
usually
wore their
only
own hair.
wore it when they were in courtly positions.
But
Right.
are you looking at them though from a male or female gaze? I feel like
I would look at it from both.
But,
So if
but I don't think you can see the way that like maybe a woman might look at a man and go, yeah.
I
he
feel
looks
like I'm
great.
way better at juxtaposing myself in the
Okay.
shoes of women than women are good at juxtaposing themselves in the seat of a man.
Okay.
So when I look at it from the woman's perspective, right, I understand why women think, in modernity especially, that women are the fairer sex. But they have every shortcut available, which men don't. We have two choices: banger bodies and beards. That's about it.
Good choices.
We can't decide on balding. We can't decide on any of these things, right? Mm-hmm. We have those two things, and you can't shortcut those two things. If you're a man, you don't get a banger body. Some of it's genetic, but you've got to be fucking disciplined no matter what, right? Men can't wear makeup. They get shamed if they do liposuction. They do height extensions. They do any of these types of augmentations. Fuck no. That's out, right? Woman gets a butt implant, great. Boob implants, great. Tummy tuck, great. Lip filler, great. Massive amounts of makeup, great. And that's why it's like, are they really the fair sex? You know, when we start to break
good
it
point.
down, are they?
That's a good point. Men don't have to do anything. They just roll over and look. I always said that too. Men could just roll over and like look amazing, and you're like,
But that's
"Damn,
because I
that was
still
good."
think that women appreciate and find older men attractive, where men, as a majority, look at women
Yeah,
when they're
we can move it
younger
on.
as more attractive. So
Okay.
that's why I bring up the male-female gaze.
Yeah, I understand
Okay.
the distinction.
That goes back to the trench coat thing, though. If you're taking a bare naked woman, bare naked man, and you're expose themselves, I think, it kind of sucks for guys, but the bottom line of it is no vagina carrying person at this table has to do much but carry a vagina, and we're going to get play.
Correct.
Women don't
Yep.
have to. We are already the
Totally
elevated
agree.
sex. I mean, that's just what it is.
Well put. Well
That's
put.
right. That's right.
We're going to actually save the AI thing for a little later. Mary, pull up the one, though. Here's that Fisher guy as a woman. Now, look.
Wow.
She's super
She's a
cute.
bit big boned.
Every fucking, like 50% of the guys who saw her is going to bang her, right?
She downloads Tinder. She's getting laid that night.
Yeah.
That hour?
night.
You mean that hour?
That hour, sure. Yeah. Total differential. Just thought it was
If
worth
she put
pulling it
like,
up.
come over right now and fuck me, she's getting fucked, right?
I mean, girls don't got to even
But
be
if
that
they
direct.
did, but if they did,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
She would get a guy.
Yeah.
It would come off pretty sleazy, but yeah, she could do it. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to get into the questionnaire. So we're going to, let's see. I don't think there's really anything on the height thing that's I found particularly shocking. Joey, no, actually, yeah, nothing too crazy on the height. We'll just do bear then. Would you rather cross paths with a random man or a random bear on hike?
I think I put man. I think
Okay.
that's what I put.
What about you?
Take the bear any day.
You?
Random bear.
Random bear. Okay.
I said man.
You wrote neither, but you have to pick one.
I'll pick one. Probably man.
Probably man?
Man.
Okay. Why do you pick bear? Why do you pick bear?
There was a time I was actually hiking and I was out in Zion and this guy started following me.
Okay.
Yeah, and in that moment I was like, fuck, if there was a bear, the bear probably would have run away.
Because the bear is probably thinking about eating me or chasing me. The man may be thinking about killing me, murdering me. What kind of augmentations do I have? All of those other things that some of the
why would you
males
think
have
about your
mentioned today.
augmentations?
I mean, all of the things that we kind of brought up today, or that some of the men brought up today, is why I would choose a bear over a male any day.
Here's what I'm going to do on this one. So, me and Andrew would just totally destroy you guys on this debate. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to state
I'm not gonna
Debatable.
categorically that we've won the debate without even arguing the points.
Sure.
Sounds like a man thing to do.
Why are you robbing me?
Andrew said, "Let me."
Why are you robbing me,
Because there's
Brian?
better stuff.
All right, fine.
If you can stay longer.
I'm staying for a second.
If you can stay
No,
longer.
I can't stay for longer,
Okay.
but I'm going to.
If the hard's out, yeah, I'd rather get it to other stuff
All right.
then. Okay, so let's see here.
But
What's gonna be-
I do like the preemptive declaration of victory. I'm a big fan of that.
Sure.
Yeah.
It was okay. So
It
what's
was men versus women, and we were outnumbered, and we still won exactly how it should be.
Would you